Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to you all to celebrate Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation's 14th Foundation Day. My name is Tessin Zedi, and I'm here to host this event. We at Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation are continuously working for the socio-economic development of those affected by leprosy and their families. On our Foundation Day, we'll be felicitating the meritorious students from leprosy background. But before we move ahead, may I take you all to a short journey of our organization through pictorial glimpses appearing on your screen. The pictures will appear soon. Please do have a look. Sorry, there's some technical problem. We'll be connecting within 30 seconds. There's a pictorial photo album where we have tried to project Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation's work. Here, please have a look at your screen. Thank you so much for watching. Big thanks to our chief guest, Honorable Dr. N.K. Singh and Professor Nandri for joining us. To give you more insight about the year and the work we do, I'd like to invite Dr. Vivek Lal, CEO, Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation. Dr. Lal is a medical doctor with specialization in community medicine from AIIMS. With his rich experience and varied knowledge in the field of leprosy and humanitarian services, he is leading the organization to achieve new heights. May I request Dr. Lal to address the gathering?
Respected Chief Guest, Shri N.K. Singh, Chairman 15th Finance Commission. Respected Guest of Honor, Professor Takahiro Nandri, Executive Director, Sasakawa Health Foundation. Distinguished members of the SILF Board, officials from Government of India, partners from World Health Organization, International Federation of Anti-Leprosy Associations, ILEP, Association of Persons Affected by Leprosy, APAL, leaders from the industry, donors, friends from media, scholars, parents, all distinguished guests and my dear colleagues. Good morning and a very hearty welcome to the 14th Foundation Day celebration of Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation. It is our great honor today to have Shri N.K. Singh as our chief guest. Mr. Singh is a renowned economist, academician, a policymaker, and the chairman of the 15th Finance Commission. We are very grateful to you, sir, for agreeing to our request and taking out your valuable time for us. Distinguished guests, today we are celebrating the 14th Foundation Day of Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation. It was on 21st November 2006 when Mr. Yohei Sasakawa, the chairman of the Nippon Foundation and the WHO Goodwill Ambassador for Leprosy, founded this rather unique organization to facilitate the economic development of persons affected by leprosy so that they could lead a life of dignity that they deserve. Throughout this journey, SILF has been led by a mission to end stigma against the disease and to provide equal social, economic, and cultural opportunities to persons affected by the disease. Our various programs have served to facilitate livelihood generation and educational support to children affected by leprosy. And more recently, through our humanitarian aid support in an endeavor to reach out to the marginalized communities in leprosy colonies in their times of need. Till date, we have worked in more than 250 leprosy colonies across 18 states in the country, provided higher educational support to more than 230 meritorious students. More than 400 children have benefited through our after-school learning centers. We have provided skilling opportunities to more than 900 youth, and around 2,500 beneficiaries have been provided livelihood generation support. These we consider as important tools in our fight against leprosy. I acknowledge the support of our donors and partners in achieving these accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, the program before us today is a testimony to our resolve. We would be awarding scholarships for higher professional education to children affected by leprosy and those belonging to families affected by the disease. These scholarships are an attempt to allow them to break free from stigma and discrimination, rise in life, and to lead a life of dignity. This year, 40 students are being awarded scholarships for higher professional education. They have the intelligence, the drive, and the resolve to succeed in life, but often lack financial resources to be able to do so. We are highly obliged to His Holiness Dalai Lama Trust and the Sasakawa Health Foundation to provide support to these meritorious students. This morning, you will hear from the students of what it means to receive these scholarships. From Professor Takahiro Nandri, the Executive Director of Sasakawa Health Foundation, on why it's important to continue the support for scholarships to these students. Words of wisdom and encouragement from our chief guest today, Shri N.K. Singh, and finally from our guiding light, our chairperson, Mr. Tarun Das. Once again, I extend a very hearty welcome to all of you who have taken out their valuable time for our event today. Your presence today has strengthened our resolve to move more resolutely towards our mission. We hope you will enjoy this virtual event, and I hope to see you all in person very soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lal, for your valuable insight. Now, today, a few of our scholars have joined with us who have completed their studies with the help of various scholarships felicitated by Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation. These youngsters have faced their own set of challenges, but they have emerged as winners against all odds. From here, we'd like to take you all to a small journey into their life, where they will speak about their experiences and their achievements. First of all, I'd like to invite Anil Mahato, who is joining all the way from Bihar. Anil opted a career in teaching after completing his B.Ed last year. He has joined as a maths teacher at a renowned school in Purania. Anil will share more details about his journey. May I please welcome Anil? Over to you, Anil. Please share your experience.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good morning, one and all present here. I, Anil Kumar Mahato, would like to express my gratitude to all the supportive staff, supportive members of SILP. Because of their effort and support, I could complete Bachelor of Education. In 2017, I got the scholarship and I completed my B.Ed at Loyola College of Education, Jamshedpur. And at the end of the semester, I got a job as a mathematics teacher in a well and reputed school of Purnia named Ursuline Convent English Medium School. Everything was possible because of education. Fulfill all the basic needs of my family. Everything is possible because of education. A very beautiful line said by Nelson Mandela, that education is the most powerful weapon through which we can change the entire world. As being a person of leprosy colony, now it's my own experience that the crucial thinking of the society, now day by day it is changing because of education getting by the children of the person affected by leprosy. एक बहुत ही अच्छा सुविचार है कि ख्याली पुलाव सिर्फ और सिर्फ ख्यालों में ही स्वादिष्ट होता है. So the new scholar, a very small advice to you all: if you want to achieve something, if you want to give a better life to your family, then you have to study well. At the last but not the least, I would like to congratulate each and everyone on this auspicious day. Happy 14th self anniversary. Thank you so much and have a marvelous day.
Thank you, Anil. We know that you have an online class to take, and we appreciate you for taking out time from your classes.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Now with us, we have a very bright and hardworking scholar, a gold medalist in her class, a very caring person to her community, and a very helping girl to her friends. Subhashmita, she is joining from Odisha, and she has taken a break from her duty today to be with us. Subhashmita has a story to tell which becomes an inspiration to all of us. May I now invite Subhashmita to tell us about our story. Over to you, Subhashmita. Are we able to connect Subhashmita? I can see her. I can see her, and we all can see her dedication and the way she has worked day and night to basically improve the life of her family and her community as well. The best part about Subhashmita is that she always is committed to working towards her community. She takes classes for basically on weekends for leprosy students in the colony. Those whose parents are not able to teach them, Subhashmita makes sure that she goes to the colony and help the students in completing their homework. I can see Subhashmita now. Subhashmita, please share your experience and tell us about your story. Can you hear us, Subhashmita? Unmute yourself, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please continue and take us through your success journey, please.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Subhashmita Das from Odisha. नमस्कार सबू ओडिशार जो माने आम सहित कनेक्टेड अछंती ए मीटिंग रे समस्त को मो तरफ नमस्कार. मु भाबुची समस्त सुस्थ थिबे और सुरक्षित थिबे. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity to share my journey with Sasakawa Indian Leprosy Foundation. I am honored to be a part of it. Growing up in less privileged community not only offered financial and academic challenges, but also helped me realize the value of medical education. My father passed away in 2001. After that, my mother is the only one who takes all the responsibility of our home. After I completed my 12th standard, I started preparation for professional courses entrance examination, and I am selected for optometry course at LV Prasad Eye Institute, Bhubaneswar. It's very difficult for my mother to save money for my further education. And as we all know that nowadays, professional courses fees are not count in thousands, it count in lakhs. When I lost all my hope, one day one of our colony member informed us about the Sasakawa Indian Leprosy Foundation, and I attended that workshop at Bhubaneswar, which is held in 2015, and I feel there is a ray of hope. The dreams comes true for me. The dreams comes true for me when I heard the committee selected me with lots of faith and trust, and I will never pay back it. But I think to some extent I win their heart and faith by getting highest mark and gold medal from my university. I completed my optometry course in 2018 and selected by campus selection committee and joined in the same campus from which I passed. And now not only my colony members, other colony members, whenever they need any eye surgery or any eye treatment, they contact me, and as much as possible I help them. No doubt I will definitely learn and support my family, but this journey is not be easier without your generous support. Throughout this journey, not only financially, but also when I need any suggestion or any correct way to change my life, all the member of Sasakawa Indian Leprosy Foundation helped me and taught me the right way, and my education and life wouldn't be easier without your support. Thank you for enabling this opportunity. And last but not the least, I would like to tell that all the best to all the new students who joined with us and joined in 2020 generation. Try hard and give your best, give your 100% in your study and prove yourself. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Subhashmita. We appreciate your dedication for your duty as well as your love for self. And thank you for being socially responsible by wearing a mask and a cap as well during your duty hours. Thank you so much for taking out time from your hospital responsibilities. Now I am inviting one of our oldest scholars who was a part of our very first batch of nursing scholarships. Her name is Megha Janardhan Shinde, and she is joining from Maharashtra. Despite her very busy schedule as a head nurse and as a part of COVID response team in her hospital, she has come here to motivate our young scholars, especially nursing aspirants, about her experiences. Over to you, Megha. Please share your experience.
Hello, Namaskar. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Megha Shinde. I am from Maharashtra district, Sangli. I completed BSc Nursing and MBA in Healthcare Management. Now I will share my experience and my journey with the SIL. When I was completed my 12th science, I was decided to do BSc Nursing. But because of the financial condition, I was thinking what I should do now. Then what happened, one of our uncle, his name is Sakaram, he is senior citizen from a colony. Sad to say that he is not with us now. He told me to fill scholarship form of a SIL because he know my financial condition very well. I filled a scholarship form and sent to the SIL. After that, we are waiting for the call, but admission procedure was already started in my college. So my mother took 20,000 loan from the neighbor and she did my admission in Bharati University. After 15 days, I got from SILF. His name is Mridmay sir. He told me that you were selected for the scholarship, and the big miracle happened in my life, and I got financial support from the SILF. And because of your support, I did 2 degrees, BSc Nursing and MBA in Healthcare Management. Whatever I am today, it's all because of the SILF. Thanks for giving opportunity to prove myself. Now I am helping my family as well as taking care of my society. My parents are feeling proud on me. In our society, if anyone gets sick, I'm taking care of them. It's my responsibility to take care of the old age people. This is my journey with SILF. Proud to say I am a part of your family. Thank you each and everyone, and a very happy SILF anniversary to you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Megha. Thank you. I am sorry we'll keep facing technical glitches in between, but we have to go virtual and we'll continue and try our best to make you everything audible. All the best for your MBA result, Megha. Our scholars come from various backgrounds and geographical areas, but the identity of being a youth is foremost to them. They not only are dedicated to their studies and career, but they also keep alive their passion. Today, a few of our talented scholars are joining this platform to showcase their talents. We are here and we are taking you to an interesting and exciting segment for today, a cultural program prepared by our scholars. I'm inviting Shivam first, who is joining from Delhi. Shivam is a dedicated nurse at a reputed hospital in Delhi NCR and has penned down his thoughts in the form of a poem. The poem is, of course, in Hindi. I'll tell you a little bit on what the poem says. The poem reflects Shivam's journey, and at the end, after all the hardships, he reflects his gratitude towards Mr. Yohei Sasakawa and towards Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation on how Mr. Sasakawa and Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation helped him transforming his life. Over to you, Shivam. Please start.
गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। सबनू सत श्री अकाल मेरी तरफ तो मैं शिवम कुमार ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵੱਲ ਇੱਕ कविता ਦੱਸਣ ਲੱਗਾ which is based on दलाई लामा सासकावा स्कॉलरशिप। जब धुंधली थी हर राह तब साथ तुम्हारा पाया था, जीवन में बन के रोशनी सासाकावा जब आया था। मेरे सपनों के अरमानों को पंख तुमने ही लगाया था। मुझ में भी है हुनर कुछ, ये विश्वास तुमने दिलाया था। दिशाहीन था थोड़ा सा मैं, जब रास्ता तुमने दिखलाया था। मेरे सपनों को उड़ान देने गांधी का स्वरूप आया था। मेरे हर कदम से कदम तुमने ही मिलाए थे। मेरे जीवन के उचित बदलाव तुमसे ही आए थे। जब धुंधली थी हरा, तब साथ तुम्हारा पाया था। जीवन में बन के रोशनी सासाकावा जब आया। थैंक यू एवरीवन and happy 14th anniversary.
Thank you, Shivam. This was indeed lovely and deep. We can hear you and we can see your feelings. Thank you so much for acknowledging. There are very few people who acknowledge after they reach a point. So thank you, Shivam. Shivam has really thanked Mr. Yogi Sasakawa, and he has acknowledged Mr. Sasakawa's contribution to his life. Now we have a very talented rapper in our group whose videos are on YouTube and they are attracting millions of viewership. Unfortunately, because we all are facing technical issues, he could not join live today, but he has sent a small rap song to be shared with you all. This song deals with issues of youth and inspires youth to leave bad habits and opt for a better life. Shinchan Gorai is from West Bengal and he'll be appearing on your screen next. And before that, I'll thank my colleague Aftab who has translated everything and put on the supers so that we know what Shivam is singing, what Shinchan is singing. So can we please play Shinchan's video?
Hello. গ্রুপ থেকে ক্লাস 7 ভালোভাবে কাটলো, বন্ধুর পাল্লায় সিগারেট চললো, ধোঁয়া বের হতে হতে নিঃশ্বাস, আর ডাই খেতে খেতে হয়ে গেল অভ্যাস। ছাড়তেও পারে না, পারলেও ছাড়ে না, অকালে মৃত্যু হয় তাও সে মানে না। দরকারে বাপের পকেট, মায়ের ফার্স্ট, দোকানে বাকি রেখে মিটিয়েছে ট্রাস্ট। ম্যাট্রিক্স তোলে বেস, মাথা পড়া টেনশন, সারাদিনে লেগেছে তো এক ফ্যাক ফ্রেন্ডশন। মা যখন বলতো গায়ে কেন গন্ধ, চিল্লিয়ে বলতে মা তুমি অন্ধ। রাস্তায় হোটেলে কোচিংয়ের দোকানে বিড়ি সিগারেট সবাই খায় সবখানে। মিথ্যের আশ্রয় আর কতদিন, মরে হবে একদিন। তরুণ ছিল রঙিন, তরুণ ছিল রঙিন। পরীক্ষা শেষে ঘটালে জীবনের ধ্বংস, কাছে দিয়ে ফোটা বলে কোনে কুচো অংশ। কেউ বলেছিল দোস্ত একবার খাম, মন করেছে বিশ্বাস যেন তুমি রাজা। গাঁজা খেয়ে ফুটপাতে বসে পড়েছো মন্ত্রী খান, গাড়ি দিয়ে কেড়ে নেবে 3250। বন্ধুর বুকে ছুরি নিয়ে নিলে সেটি ট্যাটু রেড, তুমি দিলে এক প্লেট, সে দিল এক প্লেট। রাস্তা ভরা পোলা পান, হঠাৎ করে পেছন দিয়ে খুব দিলে টান, তুমি রক্তাক্ত মেরে নেবো গেভিং শাট। চোখ খুলে দেখো তোমার পুরো পরিবার, তাও মন মারলো না, ফুল আর ভাঙলো না। ক্যাঞ্চাম গানা চললো, কেউ চাললো না মিথ্যের আশ্রয়, আর কতদিন, মরে হবে একদিন। তরুণ ছিল রঙিন, তরুণ ছিল রঙিন।
Thank you. Rapping is very popular these days with the youngsters. Hope you enjoyed the rap song by Shivam, by Shinchan. I wish Shinchan could have sung this live with us, but nevertheless, we equally enjoyed his recorded song. Now, for the last performance of the day, I am inviting equally talented singer come graphic designer. A rare combination, isn't it? Nishant is from Maharashtra and has recently completed his studies, and today he is here to be with you all to share his Ashai means hope, a famous song performed by Nishant himself. Can we please have Nishant with us? Nishant, can we start please? All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Ashai, 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 Ashai. Ashai, Ashai, Ashai.
Nishant, you are on mute by mistake. Can you please unmute yourself? Nishant, unmute yourself. Unmute Nishant. Can any one of us please call Nishant and ask him to unmute?
I think he has completed his song.
Okay. So just inform him, please. The challenges of the virtual world. So we all have to live with it. I think I'd like to thank Nishant. This inspirational song, Ashai, speaks about a wonderful world we all can create by holding each other's hands. Hope you all have enjoyed the performances today with all the glitches. We are really sorry about it. And now, without much delay, I'd like to invite our guest of honor, Professor Takahiro Nandri, Executive Director, Sasakawa Health Foundation. Professor Nandri's area of expertise include community development, public participation, management of non-profit organizations. Professor Nandri has worked at various capacities at the Nippon Foundation and the Sasakawa Health Foundation. May I invite Professor Nandri to deliver his address to the gathering.
Thank you very much, Mr. N.K. Singh, Chairman of the Financial Commission, Mr. Tarun Das, the Chairman of Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation, Dr. Vivek Rao, CEO, honorable board members and advisory members. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for inviting me to take part in this 14th Foundation Day event of SILF. I am very much impressed of the speech and performance made by the young stars. Truly. So anyway, my name is Takahiro Nandri, the Executive Director of Sasakawa Health Foundation, and also a board member of SILF. I begin by bringing you greetings from Mr. Yohei Sasakawa, SILF's founder and patron. He regrets that he cannot join you today, but has asked me to speak on his behalf. CILF was founded in 2006 based on Mr. Sasakawa's desire to eliminate begging from leprosy colonies in India. At the end of the previous year, India achieved the elimination of leprosy as a public health problem. Around the same time, the organization we know today as Association of People Affected by Leprosy was founded. I think it was a significant turning point in the history of leprosy control in India. For the past several decades, Mr. Sasakawa Health Foundation, the Nippon Foundation, have been engaged in activities to eliminate leprosy from the world, including, of course, from India. In the words of Mr. Sasakawa, we think of these activities in terms of a motorcycle. The front wheel represents efforts to eliminate the disease, and the back wheel represents efforts to eliminate stigma and discrimination. Only when both wheels stand together can we say we are making progress. A recent study undertaken by CILF confirms that there are still 758 leprosy colonies in India. Together with APAL, CILF is playing an important role by working to improve the lives of the persons affected by leprosy and supporting the education of the next to erase stigma and discrimination. CILF's activities are not only at the grassroots level. As you know, in 2010, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution of elimination of discrimination against persons affected by leprosy and their family members, together with principles and guidelines. As of today, however, many countries are not properly implementing the principles and guidelines, and stigma and discrimination persist. In India, there are still said to be 105 discriminatory laws related to leprosy. Mr. Sasakawa would like to see CILF, together with various stakeholders, including APAL, play a central role in seeing these laws abolished. I mentioned earlier that 2006, the year CILF was established, was something of turning point in India's history of leprosy control. I feel that we are now at the second turning point for India and for CILF. First, because of the coronavirus pandemic, we need to approach how we live in new ways. We can't rely on the old norms. Second, at the World Health Assembly last week, while the WHO's Global Leprosy Program is currently finalizing a new global strategy for leprosy, both these documents cover the period of 2021 to 2030. The new leprosy strategy includes specific targets, such as reducing by 70% the number of new cases by 2030, and reducing by 90% the number of new patients with disability. It also positions combat stigma and ensure human rights of the persons affected as one of the 4 pillars. In other words, the leprosy community has resolved to make sure that both wheels of the motorcycle I mentioned are rotating in unison. We have much to be positive about. The Global Partnership for Zero Leprosy, established in 2018, has brought together organizations of the persons affected, international NGOs, governments, researchers, the WHO, and the United Nations Special Rapporteur to work on leprosy problems around the world. Here in Japan, we have launched the Sasakawa Leprosy Initiative, a strategic alliance between the WHO Goodwill Ambassador for Leprosy Elimination, Sasakawa Health Foundation, and the Nippon Foundation for the same purpose. And in India, SIF, under the stewardship of Chairman Tarun Das, is entering a new phase under new CEO, Dr. Vivek Rao. More than ever, SIF has a key role to play in working to eradicate leprosy from India and restoring the dignity of the persons affected and their families. Led by Chairman Das and CEO Dr. Rao, I believe that SIF will fulfill this mission. Of that, I am convinced. And as one of the board members, I aim to contribute in any way I can. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Nandri, for encouraging the scholars and for your kind words. Thank you so much. May I now introduce our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. N.K. Singh, Chairman of the 15th Finance Commission. Thank you so much, sir, taking out time from your busy schedule to motivate the youth from leprosy background and to join us all. Mr. Singh is a prominent Indian economist, academician, and policymaker who needs no introduction. He served as a member of the upper house of the parliament, the Rajya Sabha, from 2008 to 2014, during which time he contributed to several prominent parliamentary standing committees, including the Public Accounts Committee, the Committee on Foreign Affairs, and the Committee on Human Resource Development. Mr. Singh is also a published author with several prominent books to his name. Mr. Singh brings a wealth of national and international experience to the table, having interacted closely with multilateral organizations such as World Bank, IMB, ADB, and OECD. His early work as First Minister, Economic and Commercial, Indian Embassy, Japan, and subsequent contributions to the International Economic Order were recognized by the Emperor of Japan with the award of the Order of the Rising Sun, Gold and Silver, in 2016. Without much ado, may I request our honorable guest, Mr. N.K. Singh, enlighten us with his words of wisdom.
Well, thank you very much. I'm grateful to India Leprosy Foundation under the chairmanship of Tarun Das for the privilege he has given me of speaking on this 14th day Foundation Day celebration of the Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation. I'm also delighted to see Dr. Vivek Lal, the new CEO, who has joined the organization with a new sense of zest and energy. I'm grateful to Professor Takahiro for speaking on behalf of Sasakawa, who has given this far-reaching, innovative strategy for leprosy elimination with enormous support. To convey, Professor, my warm greetings to Sasakawa, whom I've had the privilege of knowing ever since I lived in Japan for 5 years during my period as the Minister of Economic and Commercial in the Indian Embassy. And since then, the Japanese relationship has been an abiding one with me. So do convey my warm regards and my greetings. Also do convey to him the profound gratitude of the people of this country for this enormously innovative work which his support has enabled under the distinguished leadership of Mr. Tarun Das to undertake the multiple activities which impinge on a very important problem that India confronted, and the efforts being made to really totally not only eradicate but eliminate it completely. I think that with these, I must also recognize the fact that those who spoke and have been recipients of the scholarship and the forms of encouragement by this foundation have demonstrated the enormous change in life which the support has really brought about in terms of improving patterns of economic activity, in terms of making a meaningful contribution to society, in terms of not only overcoming the stigma which was earlier attached but are becoming and mainstreaming themselves with the gainful economic activity for themselves and value added for the society. So I'm sure that these images of those who have received the scholarship and the little words that they have spoken, including the last one, which fortunately got cut off due to the virtual thing, giving the sense of hope and expectation which the support has really brought about. As I look to the future, Professor Takehiro, I must say that there are several aspects which concern me. First and foremost, you're absolutely right that the COVID-19 has really brought about a fundamental change in the manner in which society looked at issues of legacy ailments along with new ailments. So the biggest challenge before us, as we deal with the ongoing pandemic, is a lot of the resources and public outlay and the immediate concern will really, for natural and understandable reasons, go towards dealing with the consequences of the current ongoing pandemic until a vaccine which is safe and tested is not only accepted, but can be really given on a scale which is commensurate with the urgency which COVID has brought about. A lot of public resources have therefore, for understandable reasons, both by the central and the state government, would be for the next couple of years get increasingly focused towards dealing with the issues of life, and thereafter the issues of livelihood which this pandemic has created. It's once in a life, more than once in a lifetime. Last one, if it was Spanish flu, was only in 1820 or so, which is long ago, and before that, the bubonic plague. So this pandemic really is a kind of a thing which many of us, for many lives, are encountering for the first time. And its consequences are indeed very serious. Now, what does it really mean for an entity like the current foundation? First and foremost, I must say that the pandemic issue is a new problem. The leprosy issue is a legacy problem. How can one begin to look at the issues of the new problems of the pandemic without ignoring the legacy problems of an ailment like leprosy? And what kind of a balancing between legacy and the new challenges would be harmonious for a more cohesive social order? As I see the data, the four critical challenges do remain still under-addressed. And I'll come to what can be done to perhaps do it. First, I think that clearly, in spite of the LCDC, the issue of detection, early detection, and community participation in the detection of the leprosy itself is a continuing challenge. Issues of voluntary disclosure require the kind of awareness program which this foundation is undertaking, and they only need to become more intensified, considering the fact that a lot of the focus and energy will go towards the COVID issues. The second is the issue of early diagnostic. Considering the fact that in India, the last data was still an average detection of 100,000 cases a year, which is not small, the commencement of early diagnostic is very, very central to ensure that the damage is really minuscule to the persons affected by the ailment. Connected with this is the increasing adoption of alternative therapies in terms of vaccines which have come out, which can prevent the occurrence of this. The distribution of the newer vaccines which have come out, these immuno vaccines, is really is going to be a continuing challenge. And finally, something that the foundation itself is focusing on, namely in terms of livelihoods thereafter, meaningful inclusion of the people affected as an important segment of society, which we have seen in some of the pictures in the short film, of becoming mainstreaming them into economic activity and gainful forms, not only restoring the dignity, but enhancing the dignity, notwithstanding the infection and their total elimination. Fortunately, the society work is now increasingly being recognized, has brought about dramatically enhanced degree of awareness. There needs to be greater synergy. As you go forward, I think that the challenge that I can see is three. How to ensure that public outlays, which are important in the health sector as a whole, and public outlay that I have pointed out in the health sector in India has been woefully inadequate. Indeed, it took a pandemic of this kind to make us realize that in comparison to other peer group countries, in comparison to what our needs are, public outlay today in the health sector as a whole is less than 1% of GDP. This is quite contrary to various pledges which we had made earlier, but the more recent one in 2017, when we had pledged that public outlay on health will really increase from 0.9 to be around 2.4% of GDP from both the central and the states. I think we need to redouble the efforts in enhancing public outlay. And in the process of enhancing public outlay, our first effort must be to try not only pandemic is there, but the legacy ailments like the leprosy does not get neglected in the allocation of public outlay resources, because these are problems which require societal redressal in a very major and a fundamental way. So you try and see that the priority towards the issues connected with leprosy do not get in any way reduced. The second important problem is that if for understandable reasons, government's attention for the next 1 or 2 years will get increasingly focused on issues connected with the pandemic, what kind of gainful public-private partnership and what kind of a role NGO organizations have now a double responsibility, not only of continuing to do what they were doing earlier, but to some extent fill up a bit of the vacuum which will inevitably get created as governments get more increasingly focused in dealing with issues of the pandemic. The enhanced role of NGO organizations like the Sasakawa Foundation in this particular segment becomes increasingly more relevant over the next few years, till at least the global society is not able to overcome the current ongoing pandemic satisfactory means. Third, I think that Professor Takahiro has very rightly emphasized the new kinds of partnership visualized by the WHO, other international organizations, so initiatives of the various kinds in the context of the post-pandemic period, and in what way these can be mainstreamed and can be translated into national policies, and apart from national policies, sub-national policies, because in a country as large as ours, the state governments have an exceedingly important role to play in an area of health diseases, and in an area of leprosy elimination. So the international efforts need to be redoubled. And finally, I think that what kind of regulatory and other changes are necessary to ensure that NGOs of the kind whose remarkable activity has been demonstrated by the sort of things which we have seen today on its 14th Foundation Day, what kind of a regulatory and other changes will further make it more meaningful for public-private partnership with international entities and other organizations will be doubled in a country of the size of India. So these were some of my thoughts, and at the end, I want to express my sincere gratitude to the Sasakava Foundation for these remarkable initiatives, and to also compliment the great work which Chairman Tarun Das has been doing. Mr. Das, that whatever Mr. Das does has an element of, it always turns out to be a success story. Mr. Das does not take on projects, and Mr. Das does not take on initiatives which are not designed for remarkable innovation and success. This particular initiative of his, which he commenced many years ago, has also yielded the same kind of an innovative success, which is characteristic following of the efforts of Chairman. So I thought that, Yassine, thank you for allowing me this opportunity. I know you for a long time. It was very nice of you that you have devoted some attention to the Sasakava Foundation. These words I want to thank everyone who has participated today, and to convey to you my good wishes for your continued success. The Finance Commission's recommendation has devoted an important segment of its recommendations to strengthening the health and health infrastructure, and hopefully when these get implemented, some of the problems which I have mentioned will be resolved or will be emulated in a manner which is. Thank you very much. Wishing the 14th Foundation Day every success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your.
Go ahead, Yassine.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind and inspirational work and for motivating us. Indeed, this is a challenging time for all of us, and we'll see how best we can work together in this pandemic to help the community and to help everyone. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the final segment of the day, for which we all are excited and waiting. Now the wait is over. The announcements of the 6th batch of His Holiness the Dalai Lama Sasakarava scholarships and the 10th batch of nursing scholarships for the year 2020. We'll request Sir Mr. N.K. Singh, please be with us to bless the upcoming batch of our scholars. So without any delay, I'd like to introduce the list and the scholars. Now here on the screen are the recipients of the scholarships coming on your screen. We'll start with His Holiness the Dalai Lama scholarships first, and then we'll announce the names of the recipients of the nursing scholarships. So coming from Abhishek Dehari, Jahangir Champa, Chhattisgarh. Abhishek Hingle, Barwani, Madhya Pradesh. Adarsh Kutarmare, Raxaul, Bihar. Asmina, Bijnor, UP. Basanti Babhar, Dhar, Madhya Pradesh. Deepak Kumar, Muzaffarnagar, Uttar Pradesh. Jitendra Mahato, Dhanbad, Jharkhand. Jyotsna Ramachandra Have, Miraj, Sangli, Maharashtra. Kavita Kumari, Tahirpur, New Delhi. Mohammad Firdaus, Patna, Bihar. Namrata Ramchandra Kumbhar, Miraj, Sangli, Maharashtra. Om Prakash Kumar, Raxaul, Bihar. Om Prakash Singh, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. Rahul Chaudhary, Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. Rahul Kumar, Dhanbad, Jharkhand. Rohit Singh, Muzaffarnagar, Uttar Pradesh. Salim Khan, Raxaul, Bihar. Shikha Mahato, Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. Sunil Meda, Dhar, Madhya Pradesh. Suraj Kumar, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. Tapabrata Gorai from Purulia, West Bengal. Ujjwal Prakash Kamble from Kolhapur, Maharashtra. Urmila Kumari, East Champaran, Bihar. Yunus Sheikh, Indore, Madhya Pradesh. These are 24 scholars who have received His Holiness Dalai Lama Sasakawa Scholarship for the year 2020-2021. This is the 6th batch of scholarships from Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation. Now we'll announce the name of the scholars who have received the nursing scholarship for the year 2020. This is the 10th batch. Ankita Pradhan from Champa, Chhattisgarh. Anushri Hansda from Bankura, West Bengal. Aparna Dubey from Muzaffarpur, Bihar. Mahalakshmi S. from Kalakurichi, Tamil Nadu. Prajakta Surange from Sangli, Maharashtra. Pratibha Tudu from Ambala, Haryana. Purnima Kumari from Haridwar, Uttarakhand. Rashmita Achari from Tahirpur, New Delhi. Rukmani Sahai from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Saraswati Kumari from East Champaran, Bihar. Sarita Sahu from Moradabad, Uttar Pradesh. Seema Kumari from Patna, Bihar. Shritama Mandal from Bankura, West Bengal. Sunidhi Kumari, East Champaran, Bihar. And Susmita Das, Bankura, West Bengal. So these are the list of our final nursing scholars of 2020-21 batch. This is the 10th batch. We congratulate all the new scholars for a wonderful life ahead with knowledge, skills, and a passion to serve the community. I now, without taking much of your time, will like to invite our chairman, Mr. Tarun Das. Under his leadership, the organization is thriving and achieving new milestones. We are privileged to have him as our mentor. Mr. Das needs no introduction. He has spent his professional career in the development and promotion of Indian industry. He was the Director General and Chief Mentor of CII. His leadership of the organization has led to strengthening business and strategic ties between India and the world. The Government of India awarded him Padma Bhushan in 2006 for his contribution to Indian trade industry. May I request Mr. Tarun Das, Chairman, Sasakawa India Leprosy Foundation, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Tehseen. I speak on behalf of the members of the board of SILF and the advisory board, with whom I am privileged to serve in SILF. And you have seen 6 scholars here, who are 6 symbols of courage, 6 symbols of success, and 6 symbols of mainstreaming, a word that Mr. N.K. Singh rightly used. They are the heroes, and you have also seen the heroes of the future, persons, the boys and girls who have gone through the process and have got scholarships so that their lives, and they come from leprosy colonies, will be transformed in the future. This is just one aspect of the work of SILF, which Dr. Lal and his colleagues, the staff team, wanted to profile today. There are other aspects which I will not go into now for lack of time. We are very pleased that we could put this program together virtually, and we are honored and privileged that Sasakawa-san deputed Professor Nanri to be present with us. He is a member of our board, but he is also a very important partner as he heads the Sasakawa Health Foundation. And finally, last but not the least, I thank Mr. N.K. Singh for his kind remarks, but his presence is very important to us because he is an inspiration to us in many ways. It has been my privilege to know and work with him for several decades, and he is someone whose encouragement, whose support, and whose guidance is very important to SILF as we go forward. So thank you very much, Mr. N.K. Singh, for being with us. I will stop now and hand it back to Tehseen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Das. I am really grateful to you for always mentoring us and always guiding us to take us through and to basically help us in achieving new heights and to serve the community. I would like to thank our chief guest, Mr. N.K. Singh, our guest of honor, Professor Nanri, for taking out time from their busy schedule to join us today. A very special thanks to all of our board members, our partners, our esteemed guests, the students who have joined us today, and to those behind the scene to make this a successful event. Thank you everyone for your valuable time and your love for SILF. It was a wonderful time, and we hope to see you all next time without these digital boundaries. We are now ending this session. Take care and stay safe, and we pray that this pandemic gets over soon. Till then, thank you and have a good day.